Hey, thanks for coming to get your checklist. I wanted to do a quick walkthrough and give you a little bit more details about how it works and show you some of its features. First of all, you'll see we have some headings here. Priority, that seems like it's obvious, but it's low, medium, high. Obviously, high priority are the things that you want to prioritize, the things you want to do first. But in each priority, there is a sub-order, meaning in what order do you do it in? So you have high priority. Order number one is this is the highest priority thing and you need to do this first. So for example, high priority number one is the ASIN active or is the SKU active? That is your top priority, is to identify why it isn't active if it is not active. If it's active, then you check it off the list and that's great. But that is priority number one. Number two is, does it have inventory? And these are the things that indicate whether or not it is sellable, whether you can actually sell the product. Those are very high priority tasks that you get to. But something like, is it FBA? Although that is important, it's sort of a low priority in terms of your ability to make money, but it is a order two in low priority, meaning when you've sorted out some of these more important issues, if FBA is something that you want to try, if you're not already, consider doing FBA. But if you are doing a lot of FBM, then you don't necessarily have to do FBA. It's just, so it's not a high priority that you do FBA. So that's why it would be in their low priority, but it's still order number two. So there are other things that you would need to get to. So that's priority and order. And obviously here's the SKU checklist. Here's the 100 points. That's actually 101, I believe. And it goes through all kinds of things. Obviously active, inventory, is FBA, is it suppressed? Do you have a list priced? Is your negative customer experience under 4%? Do you know your cost of goods? These are really important things, and that's basically what the list is. The list is set up in such a way that for you to check all the points off the list, it would be basically all you could do to have a successful product. If you're not successful after checking everything off the list, then something else is going on. But it's sort of designed with the best in mind. So I've looked at all kinds of products, and the winners, the people that have the best listings, the best products, they check most all of these boxes. So that's what this is. It's sort of in comparison to the absolute best on Amazon. Are you checking these things off the list that they are checking? Okay, so then you have your score, which should seem obvious, and it's got these little calculations. I wouldn't mess with those because, well, that'll cause a problem. But basically, when you check a box, it counts for you. See, so 4 out of 4 are checked. Okay, and then it works. You can see you have an average score here per SKU. So you would put your SKU up here, and then let's say you have all these things checked off. You would know that out of 100, you've got 11 out of 100, right? Like that's how many checks you have in the boxes. And then this will tell you how many SKUs are checked off, if that makes sense. So this is 1 out of 4 because there are 4 total SKU slots, and only one of them has this checked off. So you would go SKU by SKU and check each of these things off. If you've got a handful of SKUs, it'll take a minute, but you'll be able to get through this pretty quickly. You can do a SKU. You can run through this checklist on a single SKU in less than 5 minutes. Easily. Just a couple of minutes, and you can rip right through this thing. Because some of them are kind of no-brainers. Like, if it's active and it has inventory and you can see it, then it's probably complete. It's not suppressed. The listing quality, there might be that, but those are pretty easy. You just go to the listing quality dashboard, and if you don't have anything in there, then this gets checked for all of them, right? So you can pretty much blast through more than one SKU for some of these things, because if none of them show up, you sort of identify it by the lack of SKUs in that category, basically. So if it's a account health thing, right? If no SKUs have violations, then all of them across the board get checked off, right? Only the ones that have a violation are unchecked, and most of the time it's not all your SKUs, it's like one SKU. So that will pretty much get checked off across the board almost every time. And then obviously you enter SKUs here. I think I mentioned that, but what you can do is you can add SKUs. So let's add 3 SKUs. So you copy and paste And now you went from 4 to 7 SKUs. And if you want to get rid of your SKUs, you can do this for however many SKUs you have. So if you have 100, you just copy and paste the column all the way across, and you'll have 100 SKUs on there. And then if you want to get rid of a few, you can just delete them, and it goes back to 4. Something that I always do if I delete SKUs is just make sure you reset that color, because otherwise it's distracting. And basically all you have to do is run through and check the boxes. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that explained the way the checklist works a little bit better. And if you want access to the checklist, all you have to do is put your email in below, and you will get access to this exact checklist. I'll just share this link with you. It'll go to an email, and then you'll be able to do this on your own. What I recommend, though, because it'll be view only so other people can use it, is you just go to File, make a copy, and then that copy is the checklist that you actually use to track your SKUs. So I hope that helps. And if it does, let me know on Twitter or YouTube. And yeah, good luck.